All right, everybody, welcome. And we are going to be right back. I have a commercial that I am trying to do.
Person C, living room camera. And person C, living room camera.
This is too much. Okay. Okay. We're going to do this the right way. Excuse me. Using them a little bit better. But let's see how we can do this. No. How do I do that? Because it is like square. This is not what I want.
And pause it.
I'm not edit. Oh, that there. See, I'm used to the left and the right. Okay. I'm gonna try. Definitely wanted to get you in there. I can be a little bit slanted. Okay.
I'm gonna have you talking and just pop in.
Okay. Everybody, this is 963B4U TV. Thank you for tuning in today. I am doing this live. I am not doing it with the webcam. I am making shifts, so I just want to apologize already because the computer I use is not working. That shut down, as y'all heard from Sunday. And I appreciate everybody that stuck live with me yesterday. So we are going to go on with that. So hopefully I'll edit this out. So again, welcome to 963B4U channel. And with me, I have a special guest, Miss Nya. And I will be putting her information down on the screen for you guys to be able to get in touch with her. She is studying to be a master herbalist, but she's already a master herbalist in her own right. I met her and tried some of her beautiful products. I had some colloidal silver, which is great. I also did a pain relieving salve, which was great. It went on very well. First time I've ever used beeswax. Mm-hmm. So that was a different sensation. And that comfrey root, which was really good, especially for us having some bone issues, which was really great. So I really needed that. And it wasn't greasy, like you put it on and it just went on very smooth. So I appreciated the texture. And she's at Red Barn and Frostproof, right?
Yeah.
So I went to see her. I spoke to her on the phone, and then I went to see what it was all about, trying to get to really know my area, what's available, and vendors. And she happens to be there with her beautiful, lovely children who were there that day on a beautiful Saturday at that. And it was sunny. It was nice. So without further ado, come on.
It was on Friday.
It was Friday. Okay. See, y'all know I'm confused. Okay. There we go. So that's the information. That's her website. So without further ado, we will start with Miss Nya. So Miss Nya, tell me, how did you discover the herbs? Like, what drew you to herbs?
Well, when I was a little girl, I always desired to be a doctor. Mm-hmm. And I actually want to be a cardiovascular surgeon. And so I grew up with the thought in my mind, I'm going to be a cardiovascular surgeon. In middle school and high school, I volunteered during the summertime at the hospital near me. And I got approved into the medical program at my school. It was a magnet program in Tampa. And they only take a certain amount of students, and I got approved to be part of it. And while I was there, I got approved to be part of the nursing program specifically. So and it was a CNA program, so I was able to become a CNA right out of high school. I did clinicals and everything. I got to see open heart surgery. I got to experience a lot in high school. Then in college, I got to go to dinner with doctors. I networked a lot. I was in a lot of organizations for healthcare, and that was just something for me. But as I started to continue to learn more and more about the health industry, I realized that it was not fully healing people. It was putting the band-aid, and then most of the time, the medications cause people to have even more problems. And I want to be in the business of healing and seeing somebody healed. So I just didn't continue. I changed my major to go more towards missionary work because I got ordained as a minister in college, and I was just focused on that. And I actually started praying for people.
Mm.
And when I was praying for people, specifically homeless people, because I would go and do kind of like, I won't say a market. It was I would go and help set up. I was the marketing director for a homeless organization, and we would set up and feed the homeless. We feed like 200 to 300 homeless people every Sunday.
Nice.
And I would pray for them. And as I was praying for them, there was one lady in particular. I prayed for her. She had a huge cyst on the side of her neck. And she was like, "Can you please pray for me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll pray for you." So I prayed for her. Came back the next week on Sunday. She said within 2 days it disappeared. And I was like, "Really?" And I was like, "There's nothing but God." And then after that, I started praying more for people, and like people would be healed. I prayed for somebody, he had hurt his ankle and he was in so much pain. And then when I prayed for him, and then he's like, the pain's just gone. And he's like, he started jumping. He's like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe this." So the healing ministry was still there. But I was like, I do not want to go the route of doctors. So I ended up getting married out of college, having children, doing life. And as I'm with the children and doing life, none of my children are vaccinated. They all do not take vaccines. And I don't take them to the doctor all the time for any type of health problem. I just provide for them and with my herbs and everything as I studied.
Mhm.
So with me doing that with my kids, that was still the healing there, the desire to want to see people healed and naturally. And so from there, I started really thinking, as I was going in life, I started kind of feeling like I lost my purpose because I'm just focused on my children, my household, my husband. I had helped him start his business. He was going on with his career, and I'm just with the kids, and it's like, what am I going to do? I feel like I'm not fulfilling my purpose. So I started really seeking God and asking him to reveal to me, what is the purpose you have for me? And he brought me right back. You know what it is. I've always put it in you, the healing. So I was like, okay. I started looking for schools online, and I found the college that I went to, and they take financial aid because they do master's degree all the way to even doctorate degrees.
Nice.
And so I was like, okay, I'll do this. And as I started learning, I still had people in my circle that were sick, and I had to make different lab things for my class. So, and I would have to have somebody try it and see how it works and report back to me, and then report it to my class. So with me doing that, I was like, well, this stuff is easy to make, and I need an extra income. So I just started making the stuff, and then I always usually, if it's a specific issue, I pray and ask God, what herbs do you want me to use? Because there's so many different herbs. Gotcha. So many herbs that can be used for so many different things, and they can be interchangeable. So give me the formula for what you need me to do. And every time I have different herbs in my mind, or even if I go online, something to pop up, and that's something I never heard of. And then I started doing research and then put it together, and it works. And the first person that really shocked me was actually what used the pain and healing cream. I got that formula from helping her. She actually had open knee surgery, and they used a robot, and the robot messed up. And when the robot messed up, then she had an infection. And she's like, I don't know what to do. The antibiotics isn't working, nothing's working. So I reached out to her. I said, hey, if you give me a chance, I'll give you some cream for free. I won't even charge you. And I'll make you a tea to clean out the infection if you just let me. And she's like, okay, I'll try it. So I gave her the tea. Within 2 days, the infection was gone.
Nice.
And the cream, within 5 months, her knee is fully healed up. Well,
Beautiful.
on the outside, you can see it just healed up. So unfortunately, with them messing up with the plates and stuff in her knee, they're saying she might have to have another surgery because now she has the plates there. So, but other than that, the skin is very healed, and I can even send you a picture of that as well for you to share with them about how it's. But it was awesome just seeing the transformation from that. It gave me inspiration to continue to keep going, and so now I've been doing products and stuff for about 2 years.
That's nice. So when are you at the Red Barn in Frostproof?
On Fridays.
Fridays only.
Yes.
Okay. And where are other places, events that you attend?
If you go and follow me on Facebook, I posted events that I have. The next event that I'm going to be having is actually going to be March 22nd. I just asked to do that event, and it's going to be more of a teaching event. You have to register. It's $30, but and it's for women. And there's going to be doing bread making, soap making, just different natural things, making natural things, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be at Warner University at Hart Village.
And where's that located?
That's right in Lake Wells.
Okay. I see. You got to come to Central Florida. You got to come in between Orlando and Tampa. So if you're Tampa, you got to come up. And if you're Orlando, you got to come down. That's the beautiful part about that. So with that, how is it being a mom and working with all these different aspects of herbs? How has that played in your life?
It's been good because I've been able to also teach my children and have them to be able to learn, and they can be able to do for themselves. Like now, because with kids, they're always getting hurt. Somebody either falling down, somebody done scraped themselves somewhere. So somebody's always getting hurt. So now they know as soon as somebody gets hurt, Mommy, where's the comfrey oil? Where's the comfrey oil? They immediately go and get the comfrey oil, and they able to put it on. They know to clean themselves. They rinse it off. They put some peroxide, put the comfrey oil on, then put a Band-Aid on. They know the protocol. So if I'm doing something or I'm busy and something happens, they immediately can jump on it and be able to help one of their sisters or brothers and come and get me as well.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. So I want to ask you, what is your food lifestyle like? Like some people are breatharians. Some people are just nothing but meat. They have so many different lifestyles. What lifestyle do you prescribe to for you?
So for me personally, I do not eat pork. I'm more in the biblical food lifestyle with no pork, no shellfish, fruits and vegetables. And then when it comes to meats, I don't even want to eat the meats in the store anymore. I only eat meats from farmers that I can meet and I can talk to, because I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's been what is it called? Fetal tissue cells mixed with meat. Yes. And human flesh as well.
What?
Yes.
I didn't know.
There's actually states that there's one state specific. Oklahoma is the only state I think that I know that actually banned human flesh inside of
Florida did too. Florida don't want. Well, I know they build Bill Gates and all his stuff and lab meats. At least that's what I was told here in Florida, that they just banned that. So no Bill Gates. Look at no lab meats in Florida. That was a good plus. Other stuff, so I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
So that's the first. Wow. See, guys, I didn't even know that. But wow. Okay. I guess so, because normally I would look for meat that's halal, kosher meat, because they have strict guidelines. But that's kind of hard being We in the country.
Mhm.
I want y'all to know we in the country, ain't nowhere near the city.
Mhm.
So how did you get this list of farmers and knowing and building a relationship with the farmers?
Well, I go on for Florida, Florida Farm Finders. I think that's the name of it. It's a group, and they have all the farmers and stuff. You're able to connect, and then not only that, me being at the market, I meet different people that come.
Nice.
Since I'm consistent going to that market, every time there's new people come, I go and check them out and talk to them, and I make connections and network. And then somebody knows somebody usually, because there's people that make bread from scratch, that make pasta from scratch, that make butter from scratch. There's all different types of things. So with me knowing those people, then I can be able to get the connections I need.
That's beautiful. Okay, so I didn't see any of your soaps like I have in the picture. So do you bring your soaps to that market on Friday, or just the
Yeah, the
tinctures?
soaps was there.
See, I'm
But
blind.
the soaps I actually sell for a friend. She does the soaps and I do the herbal products
Okay.
because that's her thing. But her name is the Savvy Soap Owl, but she infuses herbs into her soaps also.
Nice.
And everybody that uses them, they have soft skin or even their hair, their scalp heals, everything. Because she does shampoo bars.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's something I wish I'd have known. Okay. So you put it out for everybody. The director, connection. That's what she told me. She said she makes connections. So now I see. That's beautiful. So you're only there on Friday at the Red Door. And what are the hours of coming to the Red Barn on Frost Proof?
It's from 10 to 3.
10 to 3. Okay. So they also had a food truck when I went there. She informed me that they change each week.
Yes.
And they put a list. You put the list of
they
food.
put the list online.
So you'll get to see that. And that's a Facebook group for you guys out there that want to go look and see her. Definitely go to the website that you see at the bottom for Miss Nya and be able to get in contact with her and see events. Do you have a newsletter or anything that people can sign up for an email or anything?
I don't have a newsletter yet. I'm getting everything organized. Or now I'm in a stage of organization and getting everything organized with my business. So I don't have it yet, but it will be coming.
Okay, so stay tuned, but still go and look and find out. And you might want to go on Facebook and see the events that she does so you'll know and you can be in the place when she does them, especially about the bread making, because my friend was telling me it's so hard to make bread. And I thought everybody knows how to make bread. Bread is not that easy, but evidently it is. So what I think is easy or what we might think is easy really might not be for others, which is really beautiful. And I like the information that you brought because a lot of people don't know about the cells for the meat itself. That's something to really be, for me, very wary anyway.
As well as in snacks. I was actually looking more into what snacks. There's been a company that's been using fetal tissue cells and mixing it with the ingredients they put on Lay's potato chips and Gatorade and other products. And you can look it up online and you can see.
Yeah, a person I was talking to said if you grew up eating Campbell's soup, that they've had fetal in the Campbell soup. I said, huh?
Yeah.
And another one was Dannon's yogurts. I say, huh? But when I was vegan, at the time, I learned that they used to crush up beetles, red beetles, and put it in the strawberry banana juice when my kids grew up. Because, of course, strawberry banana orange juice was not a thing back then when I was a kid. So it's a thing now. And they used to use the anus oils from a beaver for planter peanuts. And that's why I told my kids, that's why we don't buy planter peanuts. This is why we're not buying strawberry orange juice. And we definitely didn't eat Lay's. I figure if you can make it, you make it yourself. We got it the old-fashioned way where they were they're called kettle chips. So our chips were thin and weird anyway. And we also ate kettle popcorn. We're not into that. What did they have back in the day? Cracker Jack, the caramel stuff, because that be getting all stuck up in your teeth and stuff like that. But the things I remember, like I do remember eating, is we call it fiddle faddle,
Yeah, I know.
funnel cake.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to use real strawberries, where they used to let the strawberries soak in sugar and put it on top, or make it melt a chocolate bar and put it on top. The chocolate is not the same that they use from when I was a kid now. The strawberry syrup is not the same. It's high fructose corn syrup and anything in between. I should say, but that's what I feel like. It's not the food. I tell my son, I don't really want to eat the food nowadays. It's not something that I used to enjoy eating, but I'm coming like, oh, another meal. Okay, I'm not impressed. Where are we going to get, the food from, and how do you shop for our kids? What do we do? The thing is, this is one of the reasons why I created Dreams to Reality Ranch Farm, is to be able to grow and be able to get my own stuff. So I know you also have a farm and you're in developing your farm as well. So are you going to be growing botanical stuff for you to grow? There's that people can maybe come out and buy later on when you get started.
Yeah, I would definitely like to grow a whole bunch of different type of herbs, because I want to use my own herbs in my products.
Makes sense. And tell me about your nonprofit you were telling me that you started.
Oh, I have a nonprofit called Revive the Soul, and that's for the homeless. So
Okay.
right now, whenever I have food and stuff, I go and I give to the homeless. I'm going to be starting a book bag drive where quarterly throughout the year, I'm going to give out book bags with stuff to the homeless. Go around and just pass out the book bags filled with different things in it. So that's what I'm going to be working on now.
Okay, so what kind of food, like maybe if somebody wants to donate?
Oh, anything that's like anything non-perishable, like easy to package. Like I'm still figuring that out, because I don't want to give them, like, with me knowing the stuff that's in products, I don't want to give that to them. And I'm actually thinking about going and buying like a whole bunch of, for instance, a whole bunch of blueberries, since it's blueberry season, dehydrating them and then packaging them up.
That's
or
nice.
dehydrating a bunch of fruit, or doing getting some nuts and baking them ourselves, or different stuff like that. Anything that's non-perishable that be simple for them to eat and snack on. The MREs, I do have somebody donating those to me, so I'll be able to give those out as well. So any of those type of things that they can just open up and eat, and they don't have to worry about cooking or heating it up, will be best.
That's good. See, that's really good. So are you like, if people want to donate socks or anything like that, would you be open to that? Because
Yes.
sometimes, like, I've seen people just put socks in there. And there was this lady, her name is Miss Shirley. She was Beauty to the Streets, and she started off in LA. Beautiful soul, beautiful soul. Didn't get a chance to meet her, but always she was on the street and making the people feel good, even though they didn't look good in her eyes. But she said it gave her something, it gave her strength to really keep moving, providing. And she got real good that when she went from LA to Nevada, and she hooked up with this lady, and they were doing donuts. It was a peach cobbler donut that she was creating, and everything, the donation for that went towards her organization. She was out there in the streets giving people haircuts, weaves, wigs, and she said, I might not be able to change them, but she would help some people, like a mother and a baby, get in a hotel, get them started. There was another, she's helped a couple of people really turn their life around in LA and other places. Just having Saturday, go to the park and get haircuts. That's something, you're feeding the soul, because we have kind of lost, I feel, a lot of our connection with people that we see it so much that we become desensitized and it doesn't move us like it used to.
Yeah.
And that the children, I was explaining, like theft drive or theft car, that car crash thing that came out, that was not a normal thing for kids to play on a video game because they were killing people, they were driving fast, they were doing drugs. It was a whole bunch of stuff on there. And when I was a kid, my parents were very particular about what we watched, what we ate, and then my son grew up a lot of his life Mormon, so it's very particular. You do not watch any movies that are PG 13 above. That is just, that is not allowed. There is no smoking, there is no drinking, there is no coffee. It's a whole set of rules of basically made me think of getting your mind and keeping it engaged, that you're keeping what you eat, but also what you see also feeds your mind. And if you keep seeing this stuff, you can become desensitized to the world, that when you see somebody homeless, like, oh man, just get out my face. And I can understand some people, the scammers. There are some scammers, but guess what? At the end of the day, if I'm giving from my heart. At the end of the day, it's none of my business what you do with the money that I gave. Because if it is, that means I have expectations of you, and that's unfair of me to put my expectations what I think you should do. Because I'm giving it to you for you, whether you want to eat or maybe get something to drink, or it might even be able to help you get a bed or a cover, or even that money might even be able to get them a sleeping bag for the night. And it is tough. You guys know from Hawaii how tough it really is, and especially in Guam, we don't really have a shelter. We don't have a shelter in Guam. There is no shelter. If you're domestic, you might be able to get some help leading to some places that can help you, but there's not really a lot of shelters. So the fact that you're doing that in itself is something. So you guys look down here on the screen and contact Ms. Nya if you want to donate, if you want to help, maybe even look for volunteers. I don't know. It's like, this is something like she said she's putting together. So if you guys want to help out, this would be wonderful. This is also gives you something to give back to the community. It also helps you build a relationship in the community, but also with this beautiful soul that's out here helping people, praying for people, making these things. And she is doing it with her babies, with her husband and herself. That in itself is a beautiful and a very encouraging thing. So I encourage you to get in touch with her and find out and support her. We need to have more support like this in our system. Somebody that's not just talking out of the side of their neck, but actually out there in the thick of the field and being part of it, being part of the solution and not part of the problem. So what would you like to say to other people? Like, tell me some of the things that you will share your wisdom, because you have a lot of wisdom.
Well, I'm going to share some because I got to get going to the kids soon. Okay. But when it comes to just life, when you're going through different things in life, to continue to just keep going, no matter what is going on, no matter how hard it gets, the situations, they come, and they come as a test. God allows everything to happen for a reason so that we can get to where we need to be. And life is too short to sit around and continue to stay in a miserable state. The world is changing, and the world is getting to the point where we need to be self-sufficient. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to be there for our families, because things are going to get rough, especially in the United States. People overseas can take being in a rough state because it's normal to them. But with us being in the United States, a lot of people are not used to it. And when everything begins to come, when there is a problem with getting food, when there is a problem with getting gas, people in America will go crazy. They'll go crazy. Just little things, even me just looking at the COVID situation, there was a lot of people that was just going crazy And we have to make sure that we focus and get our mind right. Because if our mind is not right, if our mind is not
Driveway camera.
in line with
Driveway
the Spirit of God, then we can get lost into this reality that's coming. With everything with the 5G and the 6G towers, I was just listening to something they were saying to watch a movie. I can't think of the name of the movie right now. But in the movie, pretty much people had their cell phones, and then all of a sudden it was like a signal. And when the signal happened, everybody started turning into zombies.
Whoa.
They started turning into zombies. Then you have, if you look up online, the UN and Department of Homeland Defense, they put up a zombie preparedness. They have a zombie preparedness situation on their site and how to be prepared for a zombie apocalypse.
Oh gosh, girl, y'all gonna have to get that ready. Zombie apocalypse to be prepared.
Yes. And then they already been talking about defrosting zombie viruses from Antarctica and stuff. So they usually tell us what they're doing and what's coming. Mm-hmm. So we have to be prepared, not just physically, but mentally. If you're not mentally tapped into the Spirit, then you're not going to be able to know, okay, I need to move now. I need to go here. I need to do this. Because there's a lot of times when I need to do something or God's like, hold up, wait, stop. Don't move, go do this. Or I need you to call somebody right now. Or I need you to do this right now. And there's always a purpose behind it. Like I was just listening to a man that he said that he was driving on a highway and it was a lady parked on the side of the car, on the side of the highway, just stuck there, and God told him to stop. And he's like, man, God, I don't want to stop. He said, stop. And the third time, he's like, okay, because he was actually going to like have dinner and go to a spa or something. And so he stopped, and then he's like, now I got to back up. And he had to back all the way up because he was on the highway. Like he backed up like 5 miles just on a median. Mm. And then he got out the car. He put his hands up. He's like, I'm not here to hurt you or anything. I just want to make sure, see if everything's okay with you. And he said the lady rolled down the window and she had a gun laying right on her lap. And she said no. She was ready to blow her brains out. And she had kids in the back. Oh. And she was going to kill the kids too, most likely. So just him stopping, he said he was able to diffuse the situation and calm her down and take the gun from her and keep her from making that decision.
Wow.
And during the 2008 crash, there's a lot of people committing suicide because they lost money. When everything begins to happen and everything is in chaos, if your mind is not strong and not focused, then you can lose your mind in the midst of it. People can lose their mind just like that.
True.
So I encourage everybody to focus right now and getting your mind right in the Spirit. And I believe in Jesus Christ, and I believe you need to get your mind aligned with Him so that He can be able to direct you and keep it at peace so that you don't lose your mind.
Thank you. All right, everybody, that is 963B for you, and I hope you enjoyed my guest as much as I did. I am so grateful for having her come, Miss Nya. Come and sit with me. Hold on, I tell you, man, if you like what I said, come on. You don't want to do it today. Okay, like and subscribe. We'll have more on this. So you guys have been listening to 963B for you, and I am excited that you guys actually listened. Let's see. So we're going to go. And we're going to leave. Come on. What is it doing? It's saying, I don't want to go. Okay. It is not doing anything today. Okay. Okay. Somehow we're going to have to sign off. So I'm ending things. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.